So many now know hunger and war. For all those mothers waiting for 730 days for any news of the fate of their children, the concept of time has become another burden for them to carry. There is a real and comprehensive peace plan now on the table that provides a framework towards peace, stability and reconstruction in Gaza, that could finally see the return home of all those hostages still in Hamas tunnels, that keeps a two-state solution alive and that eases the suffering we see. I know that we will debate this later this session, but it is a pivotal moment that can finally bring around the end to the intergenerational cycle of bloodshed, of terror and violence. There is a clear alternative to perpetual war, and that alternative must be seized. So, dear colleagues, as we remember all those lost, I invite you to join me in observing a moment of silence. Thank you. So the session adjourned on 11th of September 2025 is reopened. The minutes and the texts adopted of the sitting of 11th of September are available. Are there any comments? No, then the minutes are approved. The competent authorities of Germany have notified me of the election of Martin Gunther to the European Parliament, replacing Carola Rackete, with effect from 16 September 2025. I welcome our new colleague and recall that he takes his seat in Parliament and its bodies in full enjoyment of his rights, pending the verification of his credentials. Welcome. Following the election of Filip Turek to the Czech Parliament, we take note of the vacancy of his seat from the 4th of October 2025 in accordance with the rules of procedure. The competent authorities of Poland have addressed requests to me for the parliamentary immunity of Gregor Braun and Tomasz Buczek to be waived. The competent authorities of Greece have addressed a request to me for the parliamentary immunity of Nikos Pappas to be waived. These requests are referred to the Committee on Legal Affairs. The Committee on Legal Affairs has concluded that the assignment of Rasmus Andresen as a member of the Executive Board of the European Centre for Minority Issues proposed by the Danish Minister of Higher Education and Science is compatible with the Act of 20 September 1976. The PFE, ECR, Renew and the Left groups have notified me of decisions relating to changes to appointments within committees and delegations. These decisions will be set out in the minutes of today's sitting and take effect on the date of this announcement. Several committees have decided to enter interinstitutional negotiations pursuant to Rule 72, paragraph 1 of our rules. The reports which constitute the mandate for the negotiations are available on the plenary webpage, and the titles will be published in the minutes of the sitting. Pursuant to Rule 72, paragraph 2, members or political groups reaching at least the medium threshold may request in writing by tomorrow, 7th October at midnight, that the decisions be put to the vote. If no request for a vote in Parliament is made within the deadline, the committees may start the negotiations. The AFET and TRAN committees have transmitted 3 co-regenda to texts adopted by the Parliament. Pursuant to Rule 251, these co-regenda will be deemed approved unless no later than 24 hours after their announcement a request is made by a political group or members reaching at least the low threshold that they be put to the vote. The co-regenda are available on the plenary webpage. Their titles will be published in the minutes of this sitting. I'd like to inform you that since the adjournment of Parliament session on the 11th of September, I have signed, together with the President of the Council, 2 acts adopted under the ordinary legislative procedure in accordance with Rule 81 of our rules. I'd also like to inform you that on Wednesday I shall sign, together with the President of the Council, 6 acts adopted under the ordinary legislative procedure. The titles of the act will be published in the minutes of this sitting. We now come to the order of business. The final draft agenda, as adopted by the Conference of Presidents on the 1st of October pursuant to Rule 163, has been distributed. For Tuesday, tomorrow, the Greens Group has requested that a Commission statement on forceful interpretation of the global Sumud flotilla delivering humanitarian aid by the Israeli military forces, the need to respect international law and the unlawful blockade of the Gaza Strip be added as a second point in the afternoon. As a consequence, the sitting would be extended to 11. I give the floor to Benedetta Scuderi to move the request on behalf of the Greens Group. Okay.
Me and other 400 people, including 4 members of this parliament, were kidnapped by Israel in international waters. This is a grave violation of international and maritime law. We were forcibly taken to Ashdod, illegally detained, checked and denied basic rights. Participants were brought to a high-security prison, deprived of water, food, sleep and medication, in some cases physically attacked. Our only fault? Bringing humanitarian aid to a population in famine and doing what these institutions and many other governments are not doing, pretending the respect of international law and human dignity. Our only fault was humanity. We could not stand still while watching a live-stream genocide in Gaza and the Israel violations. What we experience is just a glimpse of what Palestinians experience every day while we are here discussing whether or not we should put sanctions. Our colleague Rima San and Emma Furro are still not back. Another flotilla with the MEP Melissa Camara is now approaching Gaza. If Europe still wants to call itself a guarantor of democracy and human rights, we should strongly react to this violation and support the mission. Therefore, I request to add the
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you. So, I have also received a proposal from the Left Group that a Commission statement on interception, seizure and illegal arrest of the crew of the global Sumud flotilla on its mission to break the humanitarian blockade of Gaza be added as a second point in the afternoon. I give the floor to Mr. Vimes to speak against. Wait. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, should we have a debate on Greta's Gaza grifting boat? I think not. I urge colleagues to vote against this stunt from the Greens and the left. They call it a humanitarian mission. There were more selfie sticks than actual aid on those boats. And even the organizers couldn't unite. The coordinator, Khaled Boujema, resigned over LGBT activists aboard. What a perfect symbol of progressive incoherence. Preaching tolerance while heading to Hamas-run Gaza that jails or executes them. Chicken for KFC coming home to roost, I suppose.
Okay.
And the hypocrisy peaks here. Egypt, too, is imposing a blockade on Gaza for the same reason, to stop arms smuggling. On that, what do we hear from the left? Crickets. Maybe we should have a debate about Green left MEPs turning the Mediterranean into a gadget dump, chucking smart...
Okay, your time is up. So I will put the request of the Greens Group to the vote by roll call. Vote is open. Vote is closed. No majority, so the agenda is unchanged. Therefore, the agenda is adopted. The order of business is thus established. The next item on the agenda is joint motion concerning motion of censure on the Commission. I would like to inform members that there will only be one round of political group speakers for this debate. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. I did not put the request of the left group to a vote by roll call. Sorry, Ms. Aubry. So we now vote, we go back. We have not adopted the agenda yet. So we have to put the request of the left group to a vote by roll call. Vote is open. Okay, vote is closed. Rejected, no majority. Okay. For this debate concerning the motion of censure on the Commission, as we had last time, only one round of political group speakers, no catch the eye, and no blue cards will be accepted. I start by giving the floor to the first signatory, Jordan Bardella. 3 minutes.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Madame.
Thank you, Madam President. President von der Leyen, Madam, for many years now, under your presidency, the European Union has been rushing headlong to no one knows where. The Mercosur agreement with South America is a sad symbol of this. In the face of Trump's America, you haven't managed to reach an agreement without counterparties. You actually signed the trade surrender of Europe. While other major powers are fighting hard to defend their interests, you're handing everything to our competitors on a plateau, our factories, our jobs, our industry. Next, you came forward with a proposal for a European budget up by 86%, while people back in our home states are being expected to tighten their belts. At the same time, you're